Alright, here we go, perpendicular through a point. So what we're asked to do today is this. We're to write the slope intercept form of an equation of a line that passes through the point -3, -2, and is perpendicular to the graph of x plus 4y, and holy crap, that's a lot to do. So first thing we have to remember is this. If non-vertical lines are perpendicular, the product of their slope is -1. So what it really tells us is that their slopes are opposite reciprocals. Stay with me for a second because this is going to make sense in a second. I'll go through what this means, but let's just put this idea aside right here and say, you know what, I'll come back to this in a second, opposite reciprocals. So the first thing I would need to do is know, well, what the hell is the slope of this line right here? So step one, let's find the slope of this. So find the slope of x plus 4y is equal to 12. In other words, start by solving. So solve for y. All right. So at any time, stop the video and do this work. But let's go through it together. You want to do it first. So what I'm looking for now is this. Just to isolate the thing I'm looking for. What I want is this y all by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add -x to both sides. So we get 4y is equal to -x plus 12. Isn't that right? Now, most textbooks would have this rewritten where they put the positive out in the front, but it does not matter, so let's not freak out. So next thing I do, remember, what I want is this y by itself. So what I'm going to do here is I have 4 times that, so I want to divide both sides by 4. Divide both sides by 4, and 4 over 4 is 1, and 1 times y is y, so that's this. Now see if you can see this with me, because this is what I'm doing here. I'm looking at it this way. This one I'm getting -x over 4, right? This is just how fractions work, isn't it? And this, right? So -x over 4 is -1/4 x, isn't it? And positive 12 over 4 is 3, right? Everybody okay with where I got that? So you're asking, why the hell do we do all of this mess? All we wanted to know was the slope of this line. And the slope of this line is -1/4. -1/4. And I promised you that we would come back and talk about this idea right here. So now I'm going to apply that idea here. So what's the opposite reciprocal of this? Well, the reciprocal of 1/4 is 4 over 1, isn't it? And the opposite of a negative is a positive. So the slope of our new line is 4, isn't it? So our new line, right? Our new equation, the equation of the function we're looking for, has a slope m equals 4, right? So then I'm going to apply this point slope theorem. If you remember that it's y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Don't freak out. We're okay because look right here. This x sub 1 and this y sub 1, they were nice enough to give it to us up here, weren't they? They gave us a point right here. So it's right there. So there's that point. So we have the point -3, -2, right? So go back down here and look. Right? So y sub 1 is -2, right? So I take this out and put in -2, right? X sub 1 is -3. So far, so good? Not terrible, right? And look, look, we did all this work, right? We found the slope of this line up here, and we know if a line is perpendicular to another line, the slope of that other line is the opposite reciprocal. So we took the opposite reciprocal of -1/4, where the opposite of 1 over 4 is 4 over 1, and the reciprocal of 1 over 4 is 4 over 1, and the opposite of negative is a positive. So we have this value right here, right? We have that m value, don't we? And that m value is this 4 right here, and that's this 4. Okay? So far, so good? Now simplify. And as we simplify this, this is negative negative is a positive. Negative negative is a positive. And then I'll start doing some math here, if you don't mind. And we'll get, I'm going to distribute this into here and here. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times positive 3 is positive 12, isn't it? Is equal to y plus 2. So far, so good, I hope. We want to get this into its point slope, to its slope-intercept form. So we're going to add negative 2 to both sides, negative 2. And we get y is equal to 4x plus 10. Holy goodness. Okay, so hopefully that made some sense. I'm not suggesting to you it's easy, because it's not easy. But it's doable, and you have to do this thing in steps. You have to look up here and ask yourself, what have they given you, and what do you know? Right? When it says perpendicular, as soon as it says perpendicular, we know we have to find the slope. When I see perpendicular, I know this. Like, okay, if I know the slope of the first line, the line perpendicular to that has a slope that's the opposite reciprocal, right? So, okay, and then we use our point slope theorem. So, good work. I hope it worked out for you.